Well, this is absolutely something I personally don't fucking care about, right? But it's very interesting to see, vitriolic people on a vitriolic site get their comeuppance. So what's going on, right? All right, this is the T app. I didn't even know this fucking app existed. But apparently, it's a place where you can garner information about, it's particularly men, because guys are just not allowed on this app. So you have just a group of women that just gather information on guys. A lot, some of it unverified. Some of them probably slander, some of them probably true, right? I mean, we don't know. And it turns out this site got hacked. And once the leaks happen, there's a lot of things that came out about this app that people are looking at. And though it doesn't really surprise anybody, some things you're not surprised, but you're still like, well, what the fuck? Like, really? Like, is this how we gonna do? Because I'm gonna be honest. I don't care if there's women only spaces for the same reason I don't care if there's men only spaces, right? Because, and again, I'm talking 99% of human interaction. Like, a room full of guys is going to have a completely different environment than a room full of girls. And that's fine. I mean, these are things that just happen subconsciously. Like, if you throw a single dude in a space with a bunch of women, it's going to change the dynamic, and vice versa. If you throw a single woman in a space full of dudes, and I'm talking complete strangers, right? But you can even see this amongst family. It's going to change the dynamic. So I'm not surprised that an app for, I guess, middle-aged women with incredibly high standards go to express themselves. But what I don't understand is, why isn't there a same thing for men? Like, do you remember MGTOW? Right? The men go their own way. And this was just a group of guys that, maybe had a bad experience with women. Some of them were probably autistic, but they gave it a try. And some of them brushed up with the legal system, which surprisingly errs more on the side of the mom than the father in most situations, with the father you know, having to pay restitution, like child support. And you think I'm joking, you think I'm shitting around. You go on TikTok, there's a lot of black women that talk about, oh, wow. Like, there's this black woman, this very stunning individual, this audacious individual that's like, well, why have a lot of babies with one baby daddy? We can just have, one baby with a lot of baby daddies and get all that child support. And I'm like, I can't even be mad at this fucking woman. Like, I respect the grind because the system allows this, and no one wants to talk about it. And you had MGTOW that addressed these exact problems, and they get their videos shut off, thrown off of YouTube, get completely shut down. You know, People now have this very skewed idea of MGTOW, and it's like, okay, you gotta ask questions, right? Were there men in MGTOW that just legitimately did not like women? Well, absolutely. There absolutely was. But having unpopular opinions and having unreasonable opinions, but being able to express it in a way that's healthy in front of other men, I don't see that to be a problem, right? I see it to be more of a problem if you're just not allowed to express these things whatsoever, which is exactly why I'm okay with apps like this, like the T. Like, I am fine with this app existing. I just don't know why it can exist, but other things, like particularly male online spaces, cannot exist. I'm a big proponent of balance. Call my ass Thanos, but things gotta be balanced the way things should be. So when the leaks came out, and it finds out that there's legitimate, like, slanderous things said about individuals, right? About men in particular, but private individuals that are discussed. And again, you don't know if any of this is verifiable. Maybe some of it is. Like, maybe there's, like, someone on the sex offender registry on this app, which, I mean, it's public knowledge anyway, but okay. They put it on the fucking app, and maybe that is something that legit, or maybe there is an individual that did violence against women at one point and is a violent individual. Like, I think the internet is a tool, for things like these to come to light. But, there is such thing as too fucking far. There is such thing as, just a bunch of old, angry, batty women that just get on here, come join forces with other old, batty women. And I'm about to be sexist, right? I don't know how YouTube's going to take this, but I'm about to be sexist. Like look at my hand. The hand of my model can't move, but my hand in IRL is shaking. Goofy heifers will absolutely gas another woman up that has a completely normal way of thinking, but gas them up into thinking some of the most retarded things I've ever heard in my entire life, or gas them up to making some of the worst fucking decision. And guys don't act this way. I don't know a single, like, we like to set things up front, even if we don't know all the evidence, we try not to get involved. But grown ass men don't fucking do this. But women absolutely will do this. It happened when I'm dating in fucking college. Like, I'm like, well, why the fuck should I care if they have a problem with me playing video games? Woman, like, am I their boyfriend? Right? And I guess, and maybe I was the unreasonable one, but I mean, come on, right? You're gonna have other people rule what the fuck you do in your life? So, okay, I'm off my sexism street, okay? I'm off. But, again, I'm 100% fine with sites like this existing. It doesn't fucking matter to me one way, shape, or form. Because I think women-only spaces should exist, men-only spaces should exist, and that's just fine. Like, these are things, like, you're in elementary school, and you don't even think about this, but you have the dudes and the chicks, and they hang out with each other. Like, these are things that just happen naturally, and we're talking just friends, right? But, I mean, when the homies and the girls go out in the town for dating, it's the same fucking thing. Like, why do we have a problem with just normal human interaction? I've been leaning this whole time. I don't know how this looks on my model. Okay, but that being said, if you have a site where they slander against individuals, damn near docs, because like on this site, I've seen some of the docs. You could look, like, they had addresses of some people, their like place of business, where they work, the type of business they have, the type of social media. This was effectively an archiving doc site, which, like I said, there is such thing as crossing the line, and I think this website absolutely did that. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, this website crossed the line. And, you know, I guess in this situation, no one's really the hero. Putting, like, keyboard down. Like, you have a site with a bunch of angry, baddie women, and then 4chan hacks them. And so everyone's kind of. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. I'm more like, you know, individuals getting their comeuppance. You know, places with vitriolic individuals getting their comeuppance. So, I don't know. I guess it gives me some level of enjoyment, even though this site should absolutely exist. But now we know what it's working with, and if it's doing anything criminal like slander, like doxing, it should maybe face the consequences of those. But that's all I really gotta say about this. Peace.